3b asks us to find the polar coordinates of each rectangular coordinate, which means that we're given x and y, so that's our x and our y, and we're trying to convert it to r and theta. So just like for the polar to rectangular, we have formulas for these. We're trying to find r, which if you look at your formula sheet, it's written like this. And then for theta, on your formula sheet, it's written as arctan, but how we've been setting it up is tangent of theta is equal to y over x, which is what we're more familiar with anyways, and then we just plug it into that. So to find your radius is going to be the square root of your x coordinate, make sure you use parentheses, squared plus 6 squared. So when you do this first initial coordinate squared, remember you're going to square the -6, which is really going to give you 36. And then you're going to square that radical 3, which is going to give you 3. So you're really doing 36 times 3 plus another 36. So your radius ends up being the square root of 144, which is just 12. So that's going to be our r value. For tangent of theta, this is where you have to look back at your original coordinate. Now you can draw the triangle if you'd like. Now notice for this one I didn't because I actually forgot. But if you look here, when you have a negative x coordinate and a positive y coordinate on your xy plane, negative x is going to move you back, positive y is going to move you up. So that's going to put us in the second quadrant. So that's important because the tangent values that we're looking for are all going to be in the second quadrant, which means we're looking at either 2 pi over 3, 3 pi over 4, or 5 pi over 6. So those are going to, either one of those three terribly written angles are going to be your theta value. Alright, so you just have to set up this tangent ratio. So tangent of theta is equal to your y coordinate, which is 6, divided by your x coordinate, which is -6 radical 3. Now those 6's are going to cancel out, so we're left with 1 over negative radical 3, which we've seen that one enough to know that it ends up being negative square root of 3 over 3. And the only angle in which the tangent is going to equal that in the second quadrant is going to be 5 pi over 6. So theta is equal to 5 pi over 6. Again, this is an ordered pair, essentially. So you want to write it as such. Your final answer should be 12, 5 pi over 6. That's your r and your theta. One more thing, I just went back and checked my own directions, and it turns out I asked you to express theta in terms of degrees. So if I actually follow my own directions, really the final answer for this should not be 12 5 pi over 6. I have to write the equivalent of 5 pi over 6. So really your answer should be 12 and then 150 degrees. So that's how we should fix number 3B.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.